Political time. Actually, in political time.
There are some courses that when you even read them, they are wasting your time. Charlie, find some business, carpentry, something new.
Come and do that. What kind of job are you going to do?
We are not as
Classics.
Classics.
Ah!
Say me le go member course na them school na say that the course be quite come one go. Say course in one
Side of the economy.
Oh, you man. Boy, that when I was in the class.
Now find ways to know your classes, which is
Video.
that's why you're medicine.
Go bro. Open the gate here.
I like
Classic. Why are you guys laughing at me? Oh, wise man. Then I'll go for that day. Then I'm catch you mama say so. Yes, we are classic. Na classic I had. Yeah, so don't go back. Oh. Then the rest is people. Mo ko mo here. You don't want to oh, say classic.
It's not too late. China for business, they found driving school in our web and our airports and nothing. In a class is always still time. Going up first class, in your class. It's even better than this thing, getting this thing, medicine, third class.
There is job opportunities.
As I just so
Oh, for classics is an art. It's not about just one course. It's combined of different courses. So it's not necessary that when you are doing classes, you will not get anywhere to do. But it will guide you. It will help you think critical. Not always like IT or classic is also a field which will develop your thinking abilities.
Critical thinking, everybody does it too. University of Ghana, when you come, you do critical thinking. So now
not as in just critical thinking, but it will help you in your field of studies, like your job opportunities. It will even help you to look unique in the way you think. You not just Classic will make you think critical. Do you get it?
make you think critical then how does it give you job employment? Massa.
But in any situation, when you are going for a job, some managers want some unique things that
Massa is who you know.
They could defend them, of course, like
that thing is who you know. Massa.
Critically think and analyze some situation. That's what the managers do. But the computer science is skill. But you need something that will help you to think critically. That will make you understood for the job that.
Massa. You come and do classes. Massa, if you don't know someone, how do you get them to know this is the skill you have? Massa, now me I'm in law, me compare to my audience on the power or your classes.
That's what we are talking about. The law also started from the Greek and the Roman.
Yeah, you compare to me, then the Bunya and Boagana. No, and the Boagana. Massa.
I would necessary that classic will help you know just Greek and Roman, but it will help you know the basics of everything, like how laws came about, how we do operations, even in our diets, how we prefer maybe tea and bread as our breakfast and rice as like land. Yes, it's combining different courses together, so it helps you get clear understanding of everything that you do. You get it? It's not about just political science whereby it only talks about politics, but classics combine different thoughts. That's sociology, economics, everything. Like it's mixed. Everything is sure.
So if I give you a mathematical question, you can use classes to solve it for me.
Definitely. Even in the Greek civilization, we came about these prominent philosophers like Isaac Newton, we have Aristotle, Plato. We explain these fundamentals in mathematics. So me studying classics will help me to get understanding of whatever question you are asking me. You get it?
I read the whole class.
Yeah, we did.
Classics, man.
But no, yeah, course one day. Right. That's your two.
That's how my eye goes, but one.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the play that we demonstrated earlier, it is clear that people still have this notion that classics is a useless subject or a course. From the video, we could see that Robert's friends were making mockery of him and his course, stating, giving all funny reasons and laughing about it. But little do they know that that course that they are making fun of has so much value and is very, very important. I mean, it's not news that people still have this notion that the study of classics has no connection to the development of the individual and the country at large. But that's not the case. That's actually the opposite. So in this presentation, we, the members of Group 1, are going to give some of the misconceptions and give reasons why that notion of theirs is not true, but rather is the exact opposite of it. In this presentation, we'll be talking about the historical background of classics, misconceptions of reading classics, and the historical connection between classics and Ghana educational system, and also touch on the relevance of studying classics. Enjoy.
So when it comes to the historical context of the Asian Greek, they are able to significantly contribute because they are able to document most of their achievements, and the documentation of their achievements also constitute their justification for it, the reason why they did it, When it comes to the amphitheater, the literature, the philosophy, the democracy, whereby people also took part in governance, these are all the contribution of the Asian Greek. So when you draw it back to the contemporary, it can really help us a lot. We are able to imitate what went on to the Asian Greek. That's why we are also contributing when it comes to the democracy, when it comes to the architecture, the planning of buildings. Look at our sports stadium, the circular of it, the O2 arenas or the National Theatre. And when it comes to the literature aspects, we have some stage play which are also done in some of the amphitheaters or their thing. One of their historical content is the bloodly entertainment, where two gladiators usually fight for a specific glory, whether they are going to be gifted. So when it comes to this modern world, although it is not bloody, it is not deadly, we have remoded it, that we have some kickboxing, UFC, and wrestling, and boxing, all that. So all these we are attributing all this to the study of classics, which are very good in human society.
Here to talk about the misconceptions we have about classics. First of all, we feel like classics is irrelevant in our contemporary issues. Classics is broad, and it talks about our politics, our education, it talks about a whole lot of things, it talks about a whole lot of issues. So relating to this can help us in our politics in Ghana and all over. One major misconception about classics in our contemporary society is that people think classics is all about our ancient history, and it is nothing related to what we do now. But how to think of it? It has a relation with their politics and their way of life has had major impact in our current society. Yes, and their ethics and their identity also have an impact. It helps us to identify ourselves and how some of the things we do, how it started and how it's going now. And then we get to know the importance of what we do. Another misconception about classics is that it has limited career opportunities. People of the view that classics has limited or no career opportunities.
you study classics, you will not get a job, which is very wrong, because classics covers almost all the skills needed for a person to acquire a job. As in law, business, you need the driving initiative before somebody can employ you to work for him or her in the field of study. Yes. So without some skills, you cannot just start working. So you need classics. Classics involves critical thinking, deep analysis. Yes. So when you have this drive, when you can think critically, when there's a problem in your work field, you can help solve the problem. So now most of the employers now want their employees to have all these qualities before they can be employed. Thank you.
Another misconception of classics is Eurocentric partiality. There's a perception that classics focuses on Greco-Roman civilization, neglecting the ancient civilization from Africa, Asia, and America. This bias reinforces that classics is not relevant to European cultures and can also result in the lack of representation and diversity within their field. Also, there's elitism and exclusivity. Classics at times has been associated with elitism and exclusivity due to its historical connections and privileged educational institutions. These viewpoints can create barriers for individuals with diverse backgrounds to be discouraged from engaging with them.
The study of classics has numerous impacts on the educational system of Ghana. I am here to enlighten you people on only 2 points. First of all, the study of classics is not that visible with the educational system of Ghana, but then its historical traces can be found in the history of the Greeks. Also, during the European colonization, the languages of the Greek language and the Latin language was being studied. The Europeans left a historical trace with the study of classics, which is now studied in various universities and various places. The history of that.
Talk about the relevance of classics in contemporary times according to the case study. Dr. Ya Amankwa Mensah, as a linguist, Dr. Ya Amankwa Mensah used her knowledge in Latin to contribute to the preservation of indigenous languages in Ghana. This case highlights how a background in classics can lead to personal and professional development, particularly in linguistics and cultural preservation. Also, Kofi Ansah, a successful Ghanaian fashion designer, found inspiration in ancient Greek and Roman fashion due to his foundation in classics. His unique designs gained global acclaim, illustrating how classics can fuel creativity and innovation.
With modern needs. Classics aligns with Ghana's developmental challenges by honing critical thinking skills, essentially for addressing contemporary issues. 2. The discipline fosters cultural appreciation, contributing to the preservation of Ghana's rich heritage and promoting unity among the communities. Thank you.
In conclusion, the study of classics is not an outdated one, but a pertinent one that contributes significantly to the development of the country and the individual. Classics has so many benefits, which includes it empowers the citizens, the people. It ensures critical thinking among people, and these are some of the benefits that classics has contributed to the society at large. I therefore urge students and people who are of the view that classic is a useless course or doesn't have any contribution to the development of Ghana and the people should discard that notion and rather embrace it as a more important course and value it as it should be. Thank you very much. This is the end of our presentation. We wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.